If you want to get to $10,000 a month, you need to do dirty business. I've always found it pretty funny that rich people were often vilified in movies. You know, they're like so evil. And at first, I thought that it was just jealousy that would have explained everything. But now looking back, I'm realizing, wait, what if they were right actually? If it's the first time you and I meet, my name is Fred, and I've made just under $3,000 a day online. And around 90% of that is profit, by the way. So if you want me to personally teach you how I've made literally thousands of dollars of profit per day by selling passive online courses and coaching programs so you can do the same, click the link in the description below to apply for a free strategy call with me and join my paid program. This will save you years of your life and tens of thousands of dollars you would otherwise be wasting trying to figure it out on your own. Don't reinvent the wheel when you can just buy the damn wheel. Now I know for a fact that some people stumble upon my content and think, yeah, whatever, you just got lucky. Once, I made a YouTube shorts where I was talking about the fact that if you want to win in life and business, you have to surround yourself with winners. And a few of the comments said things like, oh yeah, well, you're just a rich kid surrounded by other rich kids. Like, bro, if you actually knew my family, we grew up far from rich. We weren't considered poor technically, but let's be honest, life, for most people, absolutely fucking sucks. What's 99% of people's life? They have to force themselves to wake up early, sleep deprived, take the gross public transport that's not even clean, and risk getting assaulted for their lunch money, or because they're a girl, go to a job they hate, just because, let's face it, they have no choice. They have to pay the bills and put some food on the table for their family, because who else is going to take care of it? And then they come home late, they almost miss the train, and they're too exhausted to do anything. So they either cook some cheap pasta or microwave some prepackaged garbage that literally poisons their body. That's the life of 99% of people in the world. This is literally the dream that society tells us we should all strive for. So if you genuinely stumbled upon my content and you thought, oh, this guy is just a privileged rich kid, then you sure as hell don't know me, buddy. My father was a nurse and my mother a nursing assistant. My sister and I were raised in a shitty little town with less than 10,000 people and lots of crime. I mean, it was so bad that the special forces had to intervene multiple times in our area, and it's a small area, and the mayor almost got stabbed by a guy with a knife 5 minutes away from my house on foot. I remember sometimes having to choose between whether we were going to afford paying for medical bills or getting the car repaired. So that's the kind of shitty environment that we were forced to grow up in. While at school, I'd literally see these rich kids showing up in the latest Mercedes cars like it was insane. I saw the contrast between my life and their life, and I didn't blame my parents for it, because obviously, if my parents had known what wealthy people knew, then we would have been far wealthier. But I just couldn't accept that difference. I couldn't accept that for some reason, we were just gonna struggle for the rest of our lives, and that's it. I knew we deserved better, because these kids who were born in these wealthy families, I mean, let's face it, they didn't do jack shit to deserve it. They're not better than me, they're not better than you. They just got luckier at birth. But we can't change that. We can't go back in the past, pick different parents, or give your parents $1 million. That's not how things work. You're dealt certain cards when you're born, and you have to play them to the best of your ability. And never fall for this victim mindset where you let the cards you were dealt dictate what your life becomes. I used to have this kind of victim mentality, and honestly, it just got me nowhere. And it put me in this like victim mindset, nice guy mindset of, I'm not gonna try anything, I'm not gonna take any risks. But then if you're like that, you never achieve anything, and you never make money. And a guy with the dark triad traits, he's going to crush you. He's going to make so much more money than you could ever dream of making, because you don't even have the balls to try. Little sissies make no money. That's it. So what do I mean when I say that if you want to get to $10,000 per month, you have to do dirty business? Studies show that individuals with moderate levels of narcissism tend to be promoted more often and make more money. Machiavellians tend to climb corporate hierarchies through manipulation and alliance building because they know how to use people to their benefit. But that's not all. Psychopathic traits are often overrepresented in CEOs compared to the general population. Now, if you sincerely believe it's just a silly little coincidence, then you just don't get it. Nowadays, a lot of guys in the dating market understand that nice guys get nothing and quote-unquote bad boys get all the pussy they want. Why is that? Because certain personality traits and certain archetypes are more suited for the achievement of specific goals and pursuits. If you're a good little boy who's never questioned authority, you're too afraid to take any risks, and you're not even willing to invest $1 into your own education outside of university so you can actually learn how to make real money. I'm not talking about $2,000 a month or whatever. I'm talking fuck you money. $10,000 a month, $100,000 a month. The kind of money that will allow you to travel to the other side of the world on a whim or retire your parents in your 20s or 30s. Then you're never going to get there by being a good boy who blindly listens to society's garbage advice. Honestly, it always cracks me up. I speak to dozens of ambitious people like you every single week. It's people like you and I, really. There are people who know there is so much more to life than this cookie cutter 9-to-5 crap that's been pushed onto us ever since we were teens and kids. I mean, seriously. Growing up, sometimes I'd happen to see a Lamborghini Huracan overtake us on the highway in our shitty little $20,000 car from a sub-brand. My mind could not help but obsess over how is this person able to afford a $200,000, $300,000 car? What do they do for a living? What do they know that we don't? How do they think? What's their mindset like? What hobbies do they have? What books do they read? Do they even read books in the first place? As you can see, I had all of these questions in my mind. But most people would just see the car and think that this guy's probably an asshole, a daddy's boy, or a drug dealer. Well, that's jealousy. Or you can be like me, when I was a teen, and you see that kind of car and you think, that guy, I don't know who he is, but he's not better than me. I can have it too. It's just a matter of time, of working on myself enough until I've got the knowledge and the skills to make that kind of money. And then I went and I took action consistently and ruthlessly until I actually reached my goals. And to be perfectly honest with you, I've got gigantic goals, so it's not over yet. I haven't achieved everything that I want to achieve yet. Now, sometimes people get my message the wrong way. When they hear me say, you need to do dirty business if you want to get to $10,000 a month, they automatically think I'm saying you need to scam your customers. Obviously not. You never want to say to people, okay, I'm going to give you a course on fitness, and then you give them no course on fitness, or it's a course on eating a damn yogurt. Obviously not. That would be a scam. And you're never going to go far if that's what you do. But what I'm saying is most people have no balls. They wait to feel like it before they get started. They need to think about it. They need to do some research about it. It needs to feel aligned with who they are. If you're like that, you will most likely stay broke for the rest of your life. Remember what we talked about. Guys with the dark triad traits make way more money than anyone else. Not because they're bad people or bad human beings. Not because they murder people to climb to the top. That's not the point I'm trying to make. But because they don't wait to feel ready before they get started. And they've got the balls to actually show up, do what it takes, work hard, and build that kind of passive system where they only have to put in like 5 to 15 hours a week maximum to make multiple 6, even multiple 7 figures a year. The other thing that's crucial for you to understand is that you need to sell your product before you build it, so you don't waste weeks or months making a product that nobody cares about and that nobody buys. A few years back, before I started this YouTube channel, I had another YouTube channel more into the spirituality niche. And I tried to sell a course, and I was making content every day, but because I sold my course the wrong way, I got no sales. And I gave up super early because, to be honest with you, I was only doing it for the money, and I really wasn't passionate about what I was doing. Now looking back with the knowledge I have, I know I could have made this business work if I had made a few slight changes, but obviously back then I didn't know what I know today. It's not enough to just post content, have a product, and you hope to sell it. You need to have the right strategy to go about it the right way. And I see so many beginners, they spend weeks, even months, because they're so slow in doing everything, creating this fancy online course, and then nobody buys it, because they don't even know how to make the right kind of content to attract their ideal customers to them. We do it the opposite way. First, we make content to get a pool of potential customers. Again, we're not making content to get likes or followers. We're making content to make money. It's free advertising for us. And only then we sell a product, and when somebody buys it, then we build it as quickly as we can. And we make it great, because we get the feedback of the client, so we give them exactly what they want. I don't care how well you know your market, you're never going to know better than them what they want, even if you are a part of your niche, your market yourself. Why do I sell products on how to make money online, selling passive courses? Well, because first, that's what I do, and also because my whole life, the only thing I was really obsessed with was becoming successful, becoming high status, making more money. That's it. So I know the pain points of these people, I know their desires better than anyone else in the whole world, because that's who I am. That's what I struggle with my whole life. The other thing I'd like you to understand is that common wisdom will only give you common results. In school, we're taught that cheating is bad. Only bad people cheat. And if you cheat, you'll get punished. Your teachers will not be proud of you, and your daddy will not be proud of you. But the truth is, your teacher and your daddy is probably broke as hell. So why do you even listen to them in the first place if your goal is to make money? I'm not saying you can't take their advice or you can't respect them as people. I'm sure they have certain things to teach you, of course. But if they're broke and you listen to their make money advice, I mean, are you just being dumb or what? I mean, you're literally choosing to be stupid. It's like if you go and you take the advice of a fat guy on how to lose weight. I mean, you're just being plain stupid. And at this point, I mean, you deserve to be punished for your stupidity in the form of getting no results. In real life, it's the cheaters who win. Now, when I say cheating once more, I'm not saying that you have to rip people off or do this crazy illegal shit. Obviously not. We're not looking to get into trouble. When I say cheating, it's like if you see an idea, you see it working, you remake it with your own twist, your own sauce, you steal it. It's like the greatest artists, they don't invent, they steal and they just make it in their own way. Because everything has already been done before. Sometimes, honestly, it makes me laugh. People say, oh, but this, like, people have done it before. Or, oh, it's too competitive. Well, yeah, duh. Obviously, everything has already been done before. There are no original, unique ideas. You just take your own idea and you put your own sauce on it. It's like if you wanted to eat a pie. I mean, it's crazy. There's literally a pie with every flavor, every kind of vegetable, every kind of thing you can put in a pie. So can you invent a brand new pie? Yeah, I guess you can. But you're taking something that already exists and you make it your own way. That's it. And you have to understand that in life, there's two currencies. There's time and money. One is obviously worth way more than the other. Time is worth so much more than money. Yet most people, they act like little peasants, so they don't value their time. They value money above time. They would rather, like, literally spend hours filling out bullshit online service to make $1, I mean, no joke, or to get some kind of free product, than have a higher paying job or business and get the product anyway, and spend a tenth of the time on getting that product. I mean, honestly, some people have literally waited in front of stores, like the Desigual store, to get free clothes if they were standing naked in front of the store. How little honor do you have when you do some shit like that? Unless you're absolutely broke and you're doing it to provide for your family, but let's be honest, most people are just cheap fucks and they wanted some free clothes. Or like, I can't even understand the amount of people who just wait, they camp in front of the Apple store before they release a new phone or a new product. How much of a stupid life do you have to literally wait in front of a store to get a new product? I'll never get these people, honestly. So I'm going to tell you straight up, if you're not even willing to invest $1 in your education, in buying like books, courses, learning from mentors who are where you want to be, maybe you could succeed on your own somehow, but it's going to take you years and you're never guaranteed to actually reach success. So in life, you can try to find shortcuts, but most likely never find them, or you can buy the damn shortcuts already. But in my experience, again, I've spoken to literally hundreds of people who wanted to build a profitable online business. People with jobs, people without jobs, students, working adults, etc. I've seen it all, and I've tracked everything across hundreds of people. People who never invest even $1 in themselves, never make any money. So if you want me to personally teach you how I've made thousands of dollars a day in profit by selling passive online courses and high-ticket coaching programs so you can do the same, click the link in the description and apply to book a free strategy call with me to join my paid program. With that said, I'll see you on the other side.